Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Kelvin Pham for VietNailTV. Welcome back to another webcast, folks. Folks, today we have a very, very special webcast for you, folks. It's so special, it's like something personal to me, folks, all right? Today, we are going to get a little education and background about one of the... today's topic, folks, guess what we have? It's all about the mani-pedi, folks. All right, you see this book right here? Today we are going to be discussing about this book right here, the mani-pedi. We have the author, Krista Beth Driver here. All right, on the show, folks. I'm very excited, to have her join us. Not only do we have the author, folks, but we do have the two leading characters in this saga called the mani-pedi. I want to hear it, man. To me right now, folks, it's like I'm getting ready to experience a drama, a TV show coming up. All right, folks, you know what I'm talking about? Because I started in a Mantrap Nails, okay, and I know the history, certain things. All right, so folks, let me just do a quick intro. On the top left, you have Mr. Mike Vo right there, okay, attorney extraordinaire. And then also to the right next to it there is without that woman, there would be no to the left. Okay, folks? So that's Mike Vo's mom right there, Miss Charlie. Charlie, how you doing? Welcome.
Fine, thank you. It's my pleasure to be in the show.
We are so happy you're here. We are so happy that you're here. Now, look, and then, of course, on the right below Charlie, you have Miss Olivett Robinson. Hello, Olivett. Oh, now you don't want to say anything?
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Now you're
thinking, how are you guys doing?
We doing good. You want to say hi to the viewers and stuff? You got fans now after your last webcast.
All right, I got some fans out there. Hello, how is everyone? Good to see you again.
There you go, folks. Okay, so you can already get a taste how those two got together and created a business. I'm going to get into that now. To the left of Olivett, as you can see right there, folks, welcome. That's Krista Beth Driver.
Curious is the operative word. I've always been very curious, and I was getting my nails done one day, and I realized that people were ignoring the technicians, and it made me curious about their story. And I started asking the women, "Why did you leave your country? How did you get here?" And they began to tell me these amazing stories, and I just felt compelled to tell them. And then when I met Charlie, her story was so... my research was really minimal because I had Olivett and Charlie to tell me firsthand experiences of the Mantrap story. So the research I did was really about Vietnam, about the fall of Saigon, about the amazing people that risked everything. Yes. In the beginning, I really highlight Charlie's attempted escape, her time in prison, her second attempt, because I really wanted to show the grit of these Vietnamese refugees that came here, just the risk that they took and the journey that they had. And then I stumbled into the broader story of how the Vietnamese created.
Tôi tên là Charlie HIEU Võ. Tôi thân chào quý vị khán giả, đặc biệt là quý vị hoạt động trong ngành nail. Chúng tôi hân hạnh được làm khách mời của VietNailTV ngày hôm nay. Để có một cái cơ hội đặc biệt nói về một cái mối liên hệ đặc biệt của một người tị nạn Việt Nam qua Mỹ với 2 đứa con nhỏ, rồi sau đó là có một người khách Mỹ đen và sau đó trở thành partner của bả để mà mở ra một chuỗi tiệm nail và tiệm tóc gọi là hệ thống Mantrap Nails của thập niên 80, 90, năm 2000. Chúng tôi cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý vị trong cái show này. Thank you for all the audience. Follow us on this. I call it a historical talk show. Woo! Because if we don't have the invitation of Kelvin, we won't be able to have a chance to talk.
I was excited. Really, I was excited because it had been a while since we had done anything with Mantrap or for Mantrap or about it. So I was really excited. I was like, oh yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. So and then I was really excited about letting the world know how we
In the 1980s, the early 80s, late 70s, racial tensions in Los Angeles were so high as it was. There was the, the riots a little bit later on. I mean, there was just a lot of tension in Los Angeles. And even though Los Angeles wasn't segregated at that time, there was still a lot of segregation with blacks and whites and other cultures and races. The Vietnamese were newly arriving, and they were arriving like tons into LA and San Diego and just California, Camp Hope up in Northern California. But in LA in particular, it was just a hotbed of racial tension. And for these two women to come together is not just a business story. It is a racial story, and it is relevant today with everything that's going on to show that we can transcend that racial aggression and tension and create something really beautiful. And what
having worked with Krista when she was interviewing Charlie and Olivett and myself for the book, and thinking back, reflecting upon my childhood growing up, I think the reason why it worked out so well for the both of them, that it wasn't looked at from the perspective of a business, because as an attorney, I deal with a lot of family businesses that do not survive. Parent, child, brother, sister, whatever it is, they just don't survive. But because this business relationship wasn't based upon the business financial aspect, it was based upon the family aspect, is why it was able to transcend many of the issues that I see now as an attorney.
Obviously white, and I had some insecurities about writing this book because I am a white woman trying to write about two different races and the culture, and I was really, really hesitant on some levels. And Charlie and Olivett taught me that you don't take no for an answer. You push forward even when you're insecure. You work hard to get what you want. And those women taught me how to have the confidence to write this book. Just want to say that. Yeah. With the racial tensions that are happening now, and it's just people of color that have systematically been oppressed in this country.
Yeah, we're moving forward. It's slow, right? So what you saw with Charlie and Olivett was back in the 80s. It's a slow progression of equality, in society. And it's just been highlighted now more so than it was the last, say, 20 years. But now we have actual real-life examples from Charlie and Olivett as to how people from different races, different languages, different educational backgrounds, whatever the differences are, we all, at the end of the day, are all people. We have families. We have kids, right? And that's what you focus on, then you can overcome whatever these...
When I first was going to write this book, and I had the idea, it was, noticing that they were ignoring the technicians and, that piece. But it got broader with just the understanding that, we like to say as white people, I don't see color. I see everybody as equal. But the reality is, for me, I do see color, and I hear it, and I stand with it.
I think, for the most part, that it is basically the same then as it is now.
Wow. Okay.
The only thing is that at that time, Charlie and I were, I guess you could say, embroiled in it, because we were two different races, ethnicities, and we had the two different languages, and the people were like, "What are you doing? Why are you with her? Why are you with these people? What are you talking about, these people? She's Charlie." I really didn't see any difference in us, and I think because we as black people don't have that racism thing down. We don't go against other people. We want to take everybody. It's just that.
I came here on April 1st, 1981.
81. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And at the end of that year, I went to beauty college. Beauty college, and then after I finished, have the license, practice doing nail, and I met Olivett. So I met her around Thanksgiving of that year.
Second year? The second year?
That year.
The same year? The first year you came, you met Olivett, huh?
Yes, same year.
Christ.
So after that, we get along so well, and I don't see any difference in the skin color.
Come
But
on.
I see,
She a little bit darker
that.
than you, don't you think so? No? Of course.
Yeah,
I
I see that she's a very happy lady. She's very nice, and then I have the feeling like we both swim on the same river. What I mean is, we need to make money, bring home.
How do you guys came
You want
up
me
with
to do
that?
it, Charlie?
Yeah, do it Olivett.
Well, we were trying to figure out how to, how to name the salon.
Yes.
And so we came up with, okay, well, we're making the women pretty so that they can go out and, get their man, trap their man. And we kept on talking, and finally the light came on. He was like, oh, it's Mantrap. Let's call it Mantrap. We'll show him how. So that was it. That's how he came across the name. Wait a minute. One other thing. Quad,
Yes.
do you remember the In-N-Out burgers?
Not as a
When you were
kid.
little?
Yeah, I don't remember, but they're good now.
I know. No, we wanted to go local. We needed to be close to home so we could be with our kids, because they were at school. So we needed to be close by the kids and, just in case anything happened. And then we wanted to also be able to service the women and the men, of course, in neighborhood. So we came.
Oh,
You go back
yes.
to the book and that time period.
Tell us, yes.
The Vietnamese nail industry was so new
Yes,
that
yes.
a lot of white people wouldn't go to them. Like they were really
Interesting.
discriminated, right?
Interesting.
So by Olivett and Charlie staying in Los Angeles and the Hawthorne and that area, they really catered to their original customers, which were predominantly black women that came in and wanted the bright nails, and they created.
Well, I remember growing up when the women, they were spending a lot of money on nails. I mean, it wasn't they were just getting the bare minimum
Yeah,
done.
they did.
They really,
Like when we showed up, it wasn't like that. Because for the most part, the nail salons in our community were few, and then on top of that, they were really, really expensive. If you weren't really in the industry,
Yes.
you couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
So we just made it where it could be affordable.
When people talking about a beauty salon,
Yes.
especially a nail salon, they talk about money. And in Mantrap, we are not that serious about money, but we're serious about a woman world, which is
Yeah.
it was like a festival. We have people come in, have fun. We talk about Michael Jackson new song coming out. We talking about new fashion. So that is a woman festival. It's not really a nail shop or a hair shop.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have love
Yeah.
in there. We have
Wow.
friendship in there.
Wow.
It's not really a nail job or a hair job. If you are too busy, you cannot do the nail. They can come back another day.
How do you guys came
You want
up
me
with
to do
that?
it, Charlie?
Yeah, do it Olivett.
Well, we were trying to figure out how to, how to name the salon.
Yes.
And so we came up with, okay, well, we're making the women pretty so that they can go out and, get their man, trap their man. And we kept on talking, and finally the light came on. He was like, oh, it's Mantrap. Let's call it Mantrap. We'll show him how. So that was it. That's how he came across the name.
Go. Is that
Because,
the story? Yeah. go
Charlie,
ahead.
Charlie and them, the manicurists would make them beautiful with the nails. I'd make them beautiful with the hair, and they were going out there and trap them a man, So that's how we got the
That is a
name.
wonderful name.
Go.
Wonderful.
Go
Yeah.
here. Go here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
One other thing. Quad,
Yes.
if you remember the In-N-Out burgers?
not as a
When you
kid.
were little?
Yeah, I don't remember, but they're good now.
I know. They were good then, too.
So funny. Why out of all the burger place and stuff that you brought up,
No, we wanted to go local. We needed to be close to home so we could be with our kids, because they were at school. So we needed to be close by the kids and, just in case anything happened. And then we wanted to also be able to service the women and the men, of course, in neighborhood. So we came across the one across the street from the racetrack, which would have a lot of traffic. The Hollywood Park would have a lot of traffic. And and so that's where we first began.
Oh, you go back to the book and that time period.
Tell us,
the Vietnamese nail industry was so new that a lot of white people wouldn't go to them. Like they were really discriminated, right?
Interesting.
So so by Olivett and Charlie staying in Los Angeles and the Hawthorne and that area, they really catered to their original customers, which were predominantly black women that came in and wanted the bright nails, and they created a space for them. It wasn't until later that the nail industry really became, I don't want to say relevant, but that white people really took to going in and having their nails done by these Vietnamese women.
Well, I remember growing up when the women, they were spending a lot of money on nails. I mean, it wasn't they were just getting the bare minimum done. They really got glammed up, dolled up. I mean, they did spend a lot of money on nails.
Like when we showed up, it wasn't like that. Because for the most part, the nail salons in our community were few, and then on top of that, they were really, really expensive. If you weren't really in the industry, you couldn't afford it. So we just made it where it could be affordable.
I love it.
That's how, that's what happened there. And then we did have some white women and Hispanics to come in, and there was...
When people talking about a beauty salon, especially a nail salon, they talk about money. And in Mantrap, we are not that serious about money, but we're serious about a woman world, which is it was like a festival. We have people come in, have fun. We talk about Michael Jackson new song coming out. We talking about new fashion. So that is a woman festival. It's not really a nail shop or a hair shop.
Wow.
So we have love in there. We have friendship in there.
Wow.
It's not really a nail job or a hair job. If you are too busy, you cannot do the nail. They can come back another day.
The money is going to come. Like, listen to what Charlie just said, folks. People come and ask for them. They didn't have to go looking for customer. The customer came looking for them from all over. And why would a customer want to do that? Not only, of course, you have good quality, workmanship, but it's so important is the relationship. And I guarantee you it's the relationship. Yeah. They can have the most handsome man in, serving as a hostess, but if the relationship don't get built and don't get connected, then it's going to be a little bit different, okay? So, yes. So I love it. And I know we talked about relationship a lot in the film. I know you probably talk about it again in the book. Folks, hold up. Everybody hold your book, please. Folks, if you make sure that you get a chance. Krista, by the way, if people want to get the book, where can they get it?
They can get it on Amazon, or they can go to my website and order it from there.
Of course, not as active as you guys once were, because right now, folks, just to let you know, for those who don't know, let's just say back in '86 when they first started that, the Station Nail Polish, you're looking at maybe a handful of actually company that was producing for the professional market, nail market, okay? Right. Now, folks, I don't know. I don't like Olivett said. I don't. There's too many. I can't even count. You know what I mean? Am I right, Mike? There's so many different type of brands right now that that is just that is just over. Too much. Okay. But every time when I see a station nail polish, I would always talk to the shop. Hey, go here. Well, of course, yeah. And they old time they like back in the days. They say, oh yeah. So my point is that they got the relationship going on, folks. Yeah. They got the relationship that they built way back. So, yeah, I mean, it's been 30 years. And Charlie, you probably, a lot of people that you haven't talked to for over 10 years, but I bet you pick up the phone now. You guys talk like yesterday. Am I right?
Yes.
It's all because of relationship. So I want to let you know again, your impact goal that you and Olivett started back in the 80s is still being affected today. Once again, folks, I really would like to say thank you so much to Coach Charlie Hill, Vo, thank you so much, and Olivett Robinson,
Welcome.
and of course, Krista Beth Driver, thank you so much. Looking forward to bringing, to having the next segment of Olivett, book, okay? And of course, my brother Mike, thank you. I love you, man. Welcome back from Yellowstone. I will see you tomorrow on the VietNailTV group. Folks, on that note, have a wonderful day. Be safe and be kind, all right? And peace out.